This plant is Pittosporum tenuifolium Marjorie Channon, and this is a nice mature one. This is about 9 years old, and probably one of the more mature ones you'll see. And what I like about it is it tells you the true size and look of this plant. I've done some minor pruning. There's a video on that you can also check out, but I've had to do very little. And it is about 7 feet wide by 9 to almost 10 feet tall. So I'd say 9-ish. And that seems to be the mature size of this plant, at least in our area. You know, when you're in different areas, sometimes the weather patterns affect the mature size of a plant. But we're in an inland valley in Northern California where the winter temperatures are in the high 20s and the summer temperatures are in the 90s. Those are kind of our extremes. It does get in the hundreds here too. So anyway, what I love about this plant is its interesting foliage. It's a variegated variety that has a very nice strong white variegation to the leaf, and also has black stems to accompany that, so it's a nice combination. And when used around other greens, I find that's the most interesting way to use that, is the contrast that you get around the green foliages that accompany it. Also, I don't like to use this in large groupings. I saw this used as a hedge the other day. White for me is a color that should be used more as an accent, not as the main show. It seems a bit washed out when you see large amounts of this, so I like to use it as an accent in the landscape as a design element. I've seen this used in areas that have heavy deer and the deer have left it alone, so it seems to be a pretty good candidate for deer areas. And as most Pittosporum tenuifoliums, it's very drought tolerant once it's established. So once the roots are down, these are plants that don't need a lot of water. So use this as a medium-sized screen or a nice accent in the garden. And but you do need to give it some width. I would say this: you could probably keep it with pruning. You could probably keep it 3 to 4 feet wide. But if you want it to have more of a natural shape, you're going to want to give this thing probably 6 to 7 feet plus on the width, and then, as you can see, about 9 feet tall. But really beautiful foliage plant. Also, one of the things I do is I use the foliage in flower arranging. This is a nice accent with other greens. It gives some nice combinations with whiter flower colors, and so think about using it in that way too. Pittosporum tenuifolium Marjorie Channon.